is almost every night, it looks like sometimes. Like, oh, yeah, the other go, we drop him every night. I'm like, nah, not tonight. And so I don't know. He may get on a play like Madden or something, but
On an employment schedule, bro. What do you want to do? You tell me, big. I'm there. Fuck. Shit. Wanna catch some lobbies and Lumbridge and RuneScape? I'm down.
all right, boys. You guys ready to get started?
Oh, we're
Yeah.
recording?
Yeah,
Are you
we've
recording?
been recording for a minute.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the Backline Podcast. I'm your host, Chief Red Beard, aka Billy, whatever the hell you want to call me. I am joined along with my two very good friends.
Bet.
Nico.
One of you guys can go.
Well,
Hey.
All right,
How's it
guys.
going? How's it
So
going?
we're
guys?
back for another episode with you
Okay.
guys this week. We are very, very excited to get some of this content out to you. What I want to do first off is thank everybody who has liked, comment, or subscribed on our YouTube channel there, as well as any of the other streaming platforms. Anybody that has shared it, your support is extremely helpful and very, very much appreciated. If we could keep sharing this and help us grow the channel.
All of you.
So we thank all of you. Thank you guys so much. Just
Thank
keep in
you
mind
so
that
much.
this will be out every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Until
We
further
love you
notice,
all.
we are going to do our best there. Barely made it last week, boys, but we did it. We got an old man, Daniel, here. So on. So
So talking like a robot.
Dude, I thought you were doing text-to-speech. Like,
Yeah, that's
until the
it.
last
I
second.
thought you were
there.
doing
I was
old
like, oh,
man
he's talking.
cowboy. So speaking of old men, you guys know
Oh.
who Russell Crowe is?
Yeah, an actor.
Russell
Actor.
Brand?
Crowe.
Oh.
Caw.
Oh, no.
Is that a crow?
Yeah, the Gladiator and
Yeah. Yeah.
American Gangster, all those movies. Yeah.
There we go. So Russell Crowe has made the news recently, and the headline of this article reads, Russell Crowe again praises Disturbed, perhaps the greatest rock vocal ever. What do you guys think about
No.
that? What do you guys think about that?
Oh,
I mean-
boy.
Russell Crowe is a
Yeah.
really big fan of David Draymond and Disturbed's interpretation of Simon and Garfunkel's Sound of Silence, which in my
Oh, that
opinion
auto-tune
was
song.
pretty cool. I thought it was pretty good. If you can get with that Disturbed vocal, and it wasn't a terrible rendition of the song at all. So
No, it was good.
I thought it was good,
I
but
don't like
to
hearing
call-
auto-tune and how strong that was.
there's no auto-tune on that. The
There
man's got a
is.
voice. I've seen him live. The man's
Yes.
got a voice.
I'm so upset. My dude Crow, I used to be a Crow Rooster. Now I'm no longer a Crow Rooster. Fuck that. Disturbed.
leaving
the
the
greatest
nest.
band? Like, that's not, that's a quote. That's an actual quote.
That is a quote.
For another, it's the second time saying it apparently.
The
I'm done. Okay.
perhaps the greatest rock vocal ever. And he shared it on Twitter. They have a new video out, Disturbed, with Sound of Silence. And it is in
Again?
parentheses, world in lockdown due to COVID-19. So they've got this new video for Sound of Silence, but keeping up with today's current topic.
Oh, you changed the lyrics or something, or did they make a new video based?
I
around it?
didn't
That's
watch
all.
the video because I'm not a big Disturbed fan.
I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you.
And then Disturbed retweeted, said, thank you. But I thought that was just like, that's the one band I'm not coming and go, man, they're just the greatest ever. So
No,
Did you guys-
they
were
did
you
a
guys
good
into
job on
Disturbed?
Genesis?
were you guys into Disturbed back in
No.
the day?
Nah.
No.
Dude, well, a full disclosure, I was. And I thought,
Oh.
Ooh,
Down
you
with
were
the
probably
Sickness
Like, Who's
was,
stinking Godsmack?
yeah, yes,
How do I leave the chat? I leave the chat right now.
absolutely. So, I mean, the album Down with the Sickness, I think that's the name of the album, or was it called something else? Or at least the album with
don't
that song
know.
on it, I thought was pretty heavy. I mean, these are the before I've got
This album
into
slaps,
better
bro.
music. Yeah, it slapped hard as hell, but I liked it. But then, so that was middle school for me. I'm pretty sure when that album came out. Once I got to high school, I thought that whole damn thing was a joke, right?
Yeah.
And I never could listen to that album the same way I thought I could ever again. So there's some albums
There's-
that we listen to where it's like, oh, that's the dad rock that I grew up on or whatever. Some of it I still love, but Disturbed is one that I can't get behind. Can't get
I don't
into
know
it.
why I'm so hostile right now about this information, this news. I was in such a good mood and I was ready to, get into this and, and now I'm a little speechless at Russell Crowe said that. Did he mean? I'm trying to redeem this. I'm trying to spin this a little
Nope,
bit.
not
Have my faith
redeemable.
restored in the Crow Boy. What was he talking about? That song specifically, "The Sound of Silence," or the band?
The singer's
Yeah,
a huge
well,
praise of his
so
being a greatest vocalist.
Here's a snippet from this article. You might recall when the cover was first released 4 years ago, Crow tweeted at the time, "Every now and then, someone comes along and redefines genius."
Wow, way to put it on a pedestal, Russell. Oh my God, calm down. The tent in your pants.
Go to your
Shit.
bedroom and rip that poster off your wall.
Oh my
So-
God.
Hopefully, I don't see anything seeing or showing that he has listened to them avidly and here's my favorite album or any of this. He really enjoys the cover. Again, in my opinion, the cover doesn't suck. I think it's pretty good. It's a little dramatic, and you have to get past that voice. You either
It's
with
a
it or
good
you're
song.
not. Yeah, and
It's
and
a
it's a
good
really good
cover
song to
song.
begin with. You know,
But
And
so
Land of Confusion was a good cover they did too.
that wasn't bad, but it's that voice, man. The one
Yeah.
thing I can say about the frontman of Disturbed, he has an iconic voice that every single person has heard and known, and you will always know that voice.
Billy.
He might be the voice of a generation, man.
that's this episode's voice of a generation.
This
What's
is
his
the
name?
voice of a generation. Huh?
What's his name?
David Draymond.
I'll put a graphic up.
Draman. David Draymond.
Voice of the generation of this episode. That's upsetting. So what else comes? So they said thank you. That's all they said.
Yeah, they said,
How dare they?
let's see, their retweet was, "Thank you at Russell Crowe." And that was him saying, "Perhaps the greatest rock vocal ever." New video.
Wow.
Check it out. So again, they just put out a new video for Sound of Silence. Same song, I imagine. That song has been, I got on a really high kick of watching vocal coaches because I'm really interested in seeing some of the science or whatever behind vocals
Techniques and
and
stuff.
techniques. And I really enjoy listening to people that aren't necessarily trained into what we listen to, whether it's clean or even, screaming vocals. I really get interested in hearing people talk about that. So I started with one that was doing one of the new Periphery songs, Garden in the Bones. And that was really cool. And then I got deep into this and eventually led to, I think, the same person and another vocal coach going over the Sound of Silence vocals. And it was really interesting to see, and they were kind of blown away by it. He has pipes. It's just something I can't get behind. I'm actually surprised that Daniel's not into it. I mean, some of the stuff you listen to is that.
No, I like
That
no, I don't
voice.
like Disturbed. I just like that song.
What about
You
the
don't like
voice?
the greatest
though?
band ever?
Yeah, they're the
Why don't
greatest
you like
rock,
them?
The greatest rock show ever. Greatest rock
Greatest rock
vocal
show. What are you
ever.
talking about?
He was
Oh.
he said he's the greatest band or whatever. You don't like them.
No.
How dare
like,
you?
Me growing up, it was more of a meme to me watching the goth kids trying to imitate that ooh wow all
Thank
the time
you.
in the hallways. That's
Yes.
all I got out of it, and I was like, this
Ooh,
is cringe level of stuff I can't get behind.
Can
And
you
plus, it was
feel
in like every action
Oh,
movie's
shit.
trailer for like at least 6 years. So yeah,
then
absolutely.
Bodies.
So
Oh,
that
wait,
might
how did-
play into the genius
That's
part.
not Disturbed.
That's not Disturbed.
Oh.
That's who the hell did that
Drowning
song?
Pool.
Drowning Pool. Did that singer die?
Yeah, committed
Wow.
suicide. I think.
Jesus. All right, so moving on to bigger
they're
and better
still a
things.
thing though.
They are still a thing. But yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting.
Upsetting is the word, but yeah, go ahead.
Go Russell Crowe. But yeah, so that's
No.
that's my
Russell Crowe.
genius of the week. Disturbed.
Genius of the week.
Genius of the week.
Let's not crown that.
Genius.
Gonna have a lot of graphic work to do in this one. That's awesome. Oh, I did want to. So we haven't played a game in a while. You guys
No,
wanna
we
play a
have
game
not.
real
Let's
quick?
play a game.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay, so-
play.
Feet wet.
Some people know we
Water's
played
getting
a
warm.
game. It's usually a trivia
Might as
game
well swim.
for these two guys because they both play guitar and they're both kind of brand loyal to PRS and
Brand
fucking
whores.
Ibanez. So I like to kick some stuff around and throw it their way and see who knows more about their brand. This today though has nothing to do with their brands. It's just simply, does this trigger you? And we're gonna rank these photos. I'm gonna show them to you in the Discord, and then obviously open them, and then we're going to rank them. And I just want to get your genuine reactions. Nothing crazy. There's no point system to this. We're just going to go through it and see how you
Is there
guys
a
feel about this.
Scale system of cringe or?
No, we do 1 to 5. 1 to 10 is overrated and a little bit convoluted. So
1 to 7.
yeah, and this is mostly like guitar stuff because
0.5.
I don't get triggered by seeing like when like people treat their instruments like
Yes.
you'll
Poorly.
see a guitarist.
I already have
like,
one
and
in
they'll-
my mind, and if you
Okay.
have it, it is going to trigger the shit out of me. So
Leaning your
Okay.
guitar against
I'm
something.
excited.
I'm
No.
I'm gonna try. So I'm picking these at random. I did that so I didn't label them and do it in any sort of way. So let's see this first one here.
Check it out.
Uploading.
All
right,
right.
so we ready to click
Let
it?
us know.
3, 2, 1, click.
Boom. What
All
the?
right. Okay, this one. Can you see what's going on there? I'm gonna put this in the editing there for
It's
the
like
YouTubers.
it's like a mask over a Shaw with a gold chain.
Okay, so
on a-
you're gonna what? No, look at that's Tom Sakura on the screen.
Right.
Look
Yeah.
at what's going on with his situation. What is he wearing right now?
Looks like a barcode
This
shirt.
is obviously for the visual and not the audio listeners.
Ah.
So we got Tom Segura on screen right now. You guys keep looking. You got Tom Segura on screen right now doing his podcast, Your Mom's House. And he has, the mic set up. He's got a little mic stand set up. He's got his laptop, pretty simple. But if you look a little closer at his right ear, do you see?
The in-ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's
What's
got
going on?
the cable is like damn near falling off. It looks like.
Okay, yeah. So this was always I've watched it a few times on YouTube, and it's really weird because he wears in-ear monitors
For a
as
podcast.
a substitution for headphones,
Right.
right? Which I was like, oh, he probably just prefers the sound quality, and it just being in your ear pretty deep. But he wears the cable, which you're supposed to put behind your head and tuck underneath your shirt, just so it's out of view. For some reason, when I saw this and I saw it just kind of going way out past
Yeah.
his head, it bugged. I don't know why it bugged the shit out
I
of
think
me.
if I was watching the
It looks so
podcast, it would
uncomfortable.
probably bother
dangled
me.
a lot and stuff.
I think if I was watching it, I'd probably rate that a 3 out of 5 on the trigger level. The
Oh,
picture is about a 1, but I think if I was watching it and it just kind of kept going, because even these headphones like we have here, I kind of get bothered seeing this cable, and I want it to just kind of stay still.
Mm.
But
Would
there's
it bother you more if I
yeah,
had
there's
it
not much
hanging
we
off
can
something
do
like this?
about that.
Yeah, dude. set up like a little coat hanger over there and just
just
hang
hanging
it,
here.
drape it
Right.
over. That's funny.
What if it was like just enough that it pulls it off my head a little?
but that
Like
is
I'm just always like this.
that's at that point he should have just threw in some like iPhone, Apple earbuds and just let the dangle down in front of him.
Unless it's like I
That
would
was not
imagine
very
too. I don't know the production level of this guy at all. Whether it could be someone talking in his ear and it's a wireless system piece where the guy has a mic wirelessly in another control room or something, being like, "Hey, mention this real quick," and then he just kind of talks or something.
That's not a bad point. I never even thought about that. I guess,
But
I could be
still, yeah.
completely fucked
First of
with
all, I
this.
wouldn't choose in-ears for anything other than a live show. They're just
Yeah, I mean, it
Unless
could be
you
just
have
for
a
the
ton of
isolation's
money-
sake, if someone was talking into his head,
Right.
that it wouldn't bleed into a
that
mic
would
or
be
something.
the only thing that makes sense. Because unless obviously Tom Segura's got money, I assume. So maybe he can invest in some really nice in-ears, but like the stuff like, me and Daniel have the same ones as you, Nico, and they're okay, but they're not like high quality, They're beginner level, maybe
Yeah.
a step up, but a
I'm
small
looking for
step,
motorcycle riding a lot.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Do
You
you?
do wear them for
Oh, yeah.
that, so it kind of works out for that, but
Because
I don't
the foam tips are really good for canceling out the wind noise hitting your helmet like crazy. And then because they're foam tip, helps that. And then I just keep a low volume of just music playing, or if someone's calling me, I can hear them just fine on both ears.
Okay, so Billy's giving this a 3 out of 5.
3 out of
as
5.
to the irritation level. I'm giving it. You go, Daniel. I don't want to influence anybody.
I'm gonna say, yeah, like a 2.
Okay,
It's,
I'm
it's a
gonna give
little,
it
it's a little annoying.
I'm gonna give it a 5. I don't know why this bugs the shit out of me. It's just one of those things you see and you just react. You can't even logistically or logically get through it.
look- Like I said, if it wiggled a lot if he moved or something, that would probably bug me more. Just seeing it still like that, it's I don't know. It doesn't bother me too bad.
All right, let's crunch the numbers here. 3, 5, 2. What's the average? Who can math better? Go. Next game. Who could math better? Give me the average.
Maybe like 3.
I have no idea what the average is. All right, so moving on to the next photo. Go ahead and click on that. 3, 2, 1,
about a
go.
3.33. Repeating, of course.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
This next
All right.
image.
What the hell is going on here?
It's a backyard party.
Okay. There's a lot going on. I'll just break it down so you guys don't have to look too hard. So we have some we got some youngsters. They look probably like they're teenagers. They have a couple cabs.
Looks
one
like Green Day is
speaker.
their influence.
They have one speaker that's directly in between the two guitars, which is interesting choice not to, to have it there. Pretty much starter
That's the
kits.
PA for the mics.
Yes, I know, but like, good God, like my just the placement's hilarious, and then you have a couple traffic cones to like get the
The
composition.
stage that tells you where the
correct.
stage physically ends. Don't
dude.
step past
Tiki
that point, you'll
torch.
fall off.
The tiki torch
and then
is the best.
one
tiki
Walmart
torch.
tiki torch inside the cone.
It keeps the bugs
on
away from the bassist. So he just
stage
doesn't like 'em.
left, like it's and then the poor drummer.
The drummer,
is in this
his drum riser is a shed.
I wonder
uninsulated
how he
shed.
hears.
He's inside a shed right now. He
How
doesn't
does he
hear
hear?
any of the music because the speakers are outside the shed. This poor guy
Facing
is
the other
cooking.
way.
He's cooking in there. So, and this is basically, this would be probably your first show ever, I'm assuming. It's probably like at some sort of barbecue or some shit.
It could be
and
just their own backyard.
It's hard when
their
I full
parents are
screen
like,
the
you should play.
when I full screen the photo, it looks a little distorted. But these guys look like they're late teens, early 20s, though. So,
Yeah,
this is their
and-
first show, but like for me, so the drummer, that's just stupid in a shed. Looks like he's wearing a
Probably so it
bandana,
doesn't annoy
so
the
he's
neighbors.
completely out of place of the other two. We've got some kind of Marshall half stack here. The bass amp. What the hell
Oh,
is
yeah.
that going to do outside?
Create monstrous tones, brother.
No.
I'm. They
It's
could. You
rinky
couldn't.
dink. It's like a 10-inch.
The first show is typically your worst show of all time, barring something tragic happening.
Banging
my
MILFs.
first show, we only had 4 songs, okay, and there was 5 people in the audience, and I broke my bass drum head on the second song. And not only did I do that, and I didn't just move on and try to adapt to it, I apologized to the crowd on the microphone. Okay, so that's about the worst
Sorry
case
for the
scenario.
technological
man.
differences.
If anyone thinks I'm being cruel to these children who are having a seemingly pleasant experience with their first terrible show, fuck off. Eat all the dicks, because I have no sympathy because I've gone through it, and everybody should go
jaded.
through it. It's good for you. I'm not.
It's a
jaded.
hazing. It's like a
I might be
hazing,
jaded.
a self-influenced hazing.
Basically, yeah. You look. Yeah, that's what. Exactly.
You
Exactly.
gotta go through your trials and tribulations to learn the hard way that shit ain't easy.
Yes, and you go through the experiences, you get better, and you don't make those mistakes seemingly. Oh, hopefully again. But then
Learn
you can
from
still look
mistakes.
back, and it's hilarious. So I'm looking back at these kids, and I see myself.
I'm going to
see
give
myself,
a
and-
3 out
Oh,
of
yeah.
5 again on this one.
That's it.
That's it. It's their first show.
Annoyance.
Give them a break.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
true.
giving them a 1. I mean, yeah,
You're right.
they're just doing
You're
whatever
right.
they want.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 5. All right, let's move on to this next one. I'm only giving it a 5 to offset your bullshit scores. Let's see. What is this next one? I'm about to surprise myself. What happened?
I don't know what did happen.
I'm gonna edit this out. All right. Moving on. Here we go.
All right.
Okay, go ahead and click on it whenever. I don't know why I'm doing the spoiler thing.
Okay.
This kind
Uh,
of goes away from the
This
the
is an
ranking.
algorithm based on you. You know that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No. But how does
This is-
that?
It's not just unless you're on an unsigned YouTube account and you're on a computer that's brand spanking new. It would show you weird shit, but yeah, once you start watching on and you use your own channel as a basis, it'll show you things that they recommend that they've noticed
Don't
you've
worry.
been watching
I've got Doom Eternal, Coco Melon, Kids Show, and and then Periphery stuff or BT Bam or something popping up.
All right. Well, that's whatever. I'll probably whatever. All right. Next one here.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
5
What's going on
out
there,
of
boys?
5. This is what I was
Yeah.
talking about. That is, I
is an
hate.
atrocity.
There are professional. I guess we could say professional YouTubers out there that pull up their video and they have their strings everywhere. Tom Morello is a
That's Tom Morello.
huge.
He's like,
I don't
look at
care.
me,
I don't care
Tom
who you
Morello.
are. Cut your fucking strings off the end of your guitar.
Look, you do what
It
you
is
Isn't
the
that a part of-
shittiest looking thing ever. I absolutely hate it. I'm
but
giving
isn't
this
the
a 6
string
out of
thing-
5. That bothers the shit out of me.
Well, hold on a fucking second. With Tom Morello, isn't the string thing like isn't his whole thing kind of like
It's really
supposed to
beat
be-
up.
It's supposed to look that way. It's supposed to look
Yeah.
haggard.
You could still
right?
cut your strings though, because it would just his guitar, first of all, is this weird looking thing. It says like something homeless. I forgot. I actually just read recently, I think Fender is going to be releasing some actual production models.
A signature
with this
model.
homeless thing, the signature model. And I know Tom Morello has a specific thing about his looking guitar, but cut your fucking strings. Because not only that, when you can't record like that, or you have to be extremely careful because the string is just going to rub. It's going to create an overtone, and you're going to hear that coming out in the. Granted, Tom Morello has some weird ass sounds, so maybe that's what he wants. But
Yeah, he uses tons of pedals.
Your
And stuff.
that is the most disturbing version of it I've ever seen. At least, it's not just hanging off. They literally did more effort
There's
than to cut them
kinks.
by kinking them and throwing them in. That's
All
disturbing.
right, I gotta cut you off here, Billy. Will Bob, what do you think?
It's awful. Yeah, 5 out of 5. I don't like it either. As someone like Tom Morello, though, it's like, whatever, that dude made millions. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
He's got a good point. Yeah. Nothing. All right, cool. I give it a 1 out of 5 because I'm a drummer. I don't give a fuck about this shit. All right, so next one here.
I have a headache now.
Now tell
thanks.
me, you might recognize this.
I don't know who that is, but
Is that
playing behind her
Cara?
head.
Cara
Yes.
Delevingne?
Cara, blah, blah, blah,
However you
blah.
say her last name?
I can't say her last name. She's
Does
an
she actually
actress
play?
on the Tonight Show. I watched this clip and she played. I don't remember what song, but she played it behind her. For audio listeners, Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry about that. You can just skip through this. She's playing the guitar like backwards behind her head. And I was wondering, how do you feel about like that gimmicky side of like guitar? Like, hey, look what I can do. And it seems like, oh, that's sort of, to me, a non-guitarist, that seems maybe hard. Like, I can't imagine doing that. But is this easier than it looks?
It's definitely
It's
impressive if you
easier.
can pull it off.
I think it's easier than it looks.
All right, Billy, you have a bass behind you. Let's see it.
I'm not pulling that
For me,
guy
it's
off.
depending on the song. Like if it's like Smoke on the Water, it's like okay, whatever. But if it's like Dragon Force level of speed shredding and all that.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
just,
Now, if you're doing something incredibly, it's hard no matter what. And then you take the element of now I can no longer see it, or, I'm backwards,
I mean, that's
upside
what,
down kind of thing.
That's how Herman Lee played a solo. He went jumping in the water, and he had his guitar floating on a little raft, and he was playing an entire solo underwater with a scuba mask and everything, and he was just swimming around with the guitar holding him up in the air while he's soloing the whole time.
Maybe get another hobby.
I want to.
I mean,
I want
you're
to
stretching
say,
this.
at first when I saw this and you asked the question, I thought, for guitar players who will put the guitar on their, behind them and play it upside down, backwards, whatever. My thoughts was anybody that's done it from like the late 80s and before, it's cool. I've seen Zach Wild do it. I'm sure Slash has done it. I'm sure the EVH has done it.
And playing with their teeth.
Playing with their teeth. But at the same time, I've tried it, and I've tried just play something that I played. Granted, I suck, so I'm not playing anything complicated like them. But for me, there's nothing that special about it. It actually kind of hurts because you got this heavy ass guitar resting on your
You
shoulder.
got your neck pushed
Neck
forward.
is all pushed forward. It's stupid. 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
3 out of 5. Okay.
For me, it's like a 1. It's not bad. It's not annoying. If you can pull it off. If they're terrible and they just keep doing it, it's like, all right, you're just awful. Stop.
Is
then
this,
it'll be
is this
fine,
kind of thing
but-
like a gimmicky thing for the casual viewers, people who don't even fuck with guitar, or do guitarists see it as really impressive?
Absolutely,
Oh, okay.
because people that don't play are going to look at it and go, "Holy shit! Did you see what that guy just did? That's
Look
insane!"
at that girl do it now.
And now a girl's doing it. She's insane. She's probably the best guitar player ever.
It's probably how
Yeah.
like professional jugglers look at like a guy who's juggling 3 balls. Like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
I could juggle 9 pins when I'm on this
Yeah.
unicycle.
Yeah.
I got
Fuck.
3 machetes. What you got?
All right, and then you click on this next one real quick. This is kind of on an artsy one.
Yeah, in the worst way you could do it.
Really, it's art, dude. It's a black acoustic guitar in the snow.
I can't read. I don't know what brand it is. If it was like a Taylor or a Martin, I'm like, you are destroying that thing. If
Right.
it's Walmart or something, yeah, sure, whatever. Destroy it. That wood's not happy right now.
I mean, what do you think, Billy? I mean, a guitar in snow, is that
If it was
worth the
electric,
art?
I think
You
I'd
got the
be
photo.
kind of with it. It's stupid. First of all, it's buried. This specific
Yes.
picture, this guitar is buried in the snow. It's an acoustic guitar. It looks like a cheap acoustic guitar at that. I could be wrong. The tuning pegs on that thing, though, are what's
They're
actually
massive.
bothering me. They look like bass tuning pegs.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh,
a
really?
Warwick headstock on a guitar.
Yes,
Yeah.
Warwicks. Yes.
So yeah, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that like a 4.
Oh, really? Oh, we're getting
Yeah.
Daniel's about to fucking go off the rails here. Freaking out. Chill out, Daniel. All right, next one.
I mean,
go ahead and click on that.
Seeing this makes me think of like when Tim Elder, we used to play guitar with in a garage band, would ride his bike backwards with his guitar, and he'd play pedaling backwards, sitting on his handlebars, and then he would just drop his guitar, hop off the bike, pick it up, start playing and pedaling again. I'm like, oh my god, this is awful.
5
You
out of
lost.
5. I
Yo,
cannot
okay.
stand people that lean guitars up against other guitars. There are some PRS, actually, it's pretty much all PRS.
Oh, really?
So yeah, they're just ruining all these PRS guitars. Why?
I did that on purpose. I mean,
Yeah.
random
Yeah.
image there.
Random PRS.
I hope
image.
it's like an overstock of like flawed things that they're gonna get rid of, and they're just kind of like.
It's hard because I can't really read there's tape on every single one of these as well, which is even more
Big bold
annoying.
tape.
Uh,
Like as labeling it for some reason.
on the
in a
front
pile
of
of
the
guitars.
guitars. That's disturbing. It's
Yeah.
disturbed.
It looks like they're like they have a bunch of guitars like for almost like a maybe a music video. They're just throwing them to the side. Like, yeah, they're all right here for interchange. I couldn't figure out the situation in which this would happen.
Looks like it's in backstage of a giant arena or something. I think it's
Could be.
Capital One Arena it's sitting in, and they're just all chilling there for some reason.
Did you give your rank?
I said 5
Oh.
out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's right.
5 out of 5.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw it. I was like, I think that's not correct because people put guitars in very specific.
I'm gonna count
padded
about
cases.
30 guitars by $3,000. We've got almost $100,000 of guitars sitting there, just
No.
leaning up against each other with tape on them.
They're PRS.
Yeah,
I got one
Just-
right here.
give them an average.
It's in. They could see it. All right, so this is the
POS.
last. This is the last one. This okay. Well,
Click.
I don't want to give it away. They're those
Oh.
little. Yeah, they're the little
Sorry.
flute
jumped
things
ahead.
with a face on them. What the fuck, dude?
Automatones.
Automaton.
Son of a bitch! Put that thing away. Burn it.
0 out of 5 because
Ew.
they're amazing. Play it a
It's
little bit.
amazing. This is an
Daniel's
amazing-
holding an automaton right now.
I have one, and it's amazing. It's fun, except mine's
tro-
flawed.
You trolley
It's broken.
poly
I need-
bastard.
It's broken.
I need a new one.
Oh, it's
Yeah, the
Ah.
back plate
Can you?
isn't secure enough.
Does it? So it doesn't make any noise.
No, I can't get
I
it.
Try
was
it.
gonna have you play
wait.
it.
Damn it! I can't hold the back plate.
Oh my god! I'm so glad I clicked that image. God, you're so. Why do you have that? Oh
I
man.
love it, dude.
'Cause
You
it's
play music on
amazing.
it,
I
and
will-
it's electronic.
I will link you after the show to a one of my favorite
YouTuber.
YouTubers, Ola, playing it. And since Daniel and I saw that, Daniel said, "I've got to have one."
I'm getting one.
And he's playing.
my
he
God.
played a Pantera song. I'm pretty sure on it too.
I
he
think
played
he did.
Walk
He
on
played
it.
Walk.
Yeah.
He played
Wow.
Walk.
Just-
That's so gross. I'm
So
now
good.
I'm upset again, dude. Fuck.
You did it to yourself. You
I
played
did.
yourself,
I did.
Nico.
Fucking stars aligned, and Daniel has a
Played
stupid
your
face
Oh,
flute thing.
man.
You played yourself, fool.
So that's my little stupid mini game. I thought it would just be funny to throw those images out there and see what you guys think, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay. It's cool.
Well, that's good. That was
It's
fun.
tight. It's
That was
tight.
fun. You found the cringiest photo, the thing that bothers me the most, and then I guess my second most with all these guitars just stacked on each other. So you got me. I'm triggered.
I try.
You brought it back with the automaton for me.
0 out of 5. It's the greatest instrument ever. I completely forgot that it existed, and I forgot that Daniel had one.
So I went ahead and looked at that photo on accident, and I was like, "Oh, where's mine?"
Oh my.
That's fucking great.
Oh god.
They make bigger ones too, right?
Oh yeah,
and
they
different
make
colors.
they make a gigantic
Yeah,
one that's
basically
like
the size of a
bass.
big ass trombone, or not trombone, saxophone.
Well, it's big because it has a huge speaker to push low notes, so it's like
Ah.
a bass. It's like and it's like there's an orchestra of them. They have even smaller ones that make even higher pitched noises, and then
my
just a
God.
huge one to create the bass notes. You got to watch videos on that. It's hilarious.
So basically,
There's like
what you're
Celine Dion covers and stuff.
I think Daniel keeps that around even though it's broken because he uses it as a butt plug. Go ahead, Dan. Or Billy, what are you saying?
so I think basically what's going to happen is we need to order
It's clean.
3 of the variations of them, and we're all going to play it on the next show that we all get back together.
Well, it's been a good
How about that?
show. It's been a good podcast. Resigning.
This is
Fuck.
Nico sign off.
Fuck. Or like Automano. Anyways, go ahead, Billy. What were you saying? What are you talking about?
no, that was it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, something new I just got my eye on more recently was one of my favorite Japanese power metal bands. I would consider them Unlucky Morpheus. Their drummer's always been something in every music video or live performance I've watched of them. He's been the guy that catches my eye, just how much he moves. Like, he just headbangs like crazy. He's got crazy hairdos all the time.
Unlucky
just-
Morpheus.
Yes, I can link you the video, but it's a drum playthrough of his through a song called Takiya Shahime.
Sure.
Yeah, they're Japanese, so it's all in Japanese language lyrics and everything. But yeah, I like him a lot, and seeing the drum playthrough, see if Nico would be interested in seeing how he plays.
All right. First of all, we sure that's a he?
Yep, it's a
Okay.
he.
Just making
That's
sure.
just Japanese men for you.
Just
They
making
look girly.
sure. It looks like an geisha with a sleeveless on, playing behind a drum set. I'm
Yeah,
watching.
big gauntlets.
Okay, so they're playing, and that's a lot. Wow, that's a lot. That's a
the
lot.
Vocals.
That's a lot. My goodness. That why? So this is a this is a lot,
Japanese power metal.
dude. They're fucking. I keep calling her. He's very animated with his playing, and
Yeah.
it's kind of disturbing. It
looks like he's convulsing sometimes.
it's like a convulsion kind of feel. Like
He also
zombie.
looks like he's possessed because
Yes,
like sometimes they'll zoom in
possessed.
on his face, his eyes go in the back of his head as he's playing.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
hate the music to this.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The
I like the
vocals
music.
would be
Yeah,
better
so
if they had
the vocal.
better it sounds like they try to harmonize between a female and a male. I'm assuming that's a female
the male
singing.
singer's not like a normal. He's like a guest appearance for this song. But
Yeah,
it's
so
always
it's just
a
an
female.
undertone. It just sounded like a bad job at doing a harmony, even though the musically it's pretty good. I don't hate it.
But yeah, they have.
I
They
thought
also
the
have a
beginning was
violinist.
kind of cool. Okay.
No, it's definitely like it's like an anime intro song, like when the show opens up, like Attack on Titan or something.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, I like
Most
it.
of what
I
he
like
listens to is like that.
mean, I do watch anime.
See, I've never been. I've never been much.
I got that shit stuck in
I've
Billy's head.
never-
I can't believe it.
I've never been
Tears of
much
denial.
of a performer when it comes to drums at all. Like I don't have it in me to get like the aesthetic performance.
Well,
down.
yeah, I mean, you
Over the
said
top
yourself, you don't
playing.
like crowd killing shows. You don't go nuts. Like the most you'll do is head bob. So if that's the most you can do,
Yeah, super vanilla.
could we
so,
expect?
so when I see people doing this stuff, number one, I go, they're being fake as shit. That's not how they play. But then I think like, well, they're doing something I cannot do. So then I have to just readjust.
I always take it like they've gotten to a point where they've either done it so long they got bored with the instrument and was like, what can I do to entertain myself? What if I flail like an idiot and still manage to hit every note?
That's true. Yeah, if you could do it accurately. Yeah, that's the thing. As long as you can do it accurately, because as soon as I see
that's
somebody
yeah.
doing like a
The
showboaty kind of
same
thing,
concept as the guitar behind your head. Same thing. Just I'm bored. What can I do? Woo.
Yeah. When I see somebody doing a showboaty kind of appeal while they're playing, the first thing I'm waiting is like, go ahead and fuck up, dude. I swear to God, as soon as you fuck up,
yeah,
I'm
I'm here
on
to witness that.
yeah, exactly.
Point a finger and laugh.
Yes, exactly. It's like watching somebody walk a tightrope, kind of. You're like, oh, this is impressive, but if he falls, I'm here. I saw it.
I witnessed it.
Yeah, but what are the Unlucky Morpheus? I might check them out. some
Fumiya,
more.
is that the male vocalist that you're staying?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the guy screaming. He's
Oh, he
from
was
another
screaming
band.
too. So is that normally just the clean female vocal on that?
Yeah,
Then?
normally it's mostly just clean female vocals,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I haven't listened to it for a while and heard this, and I was just kind of like, oh, it's a drum playthrough too. Let's see what Nico thinks of it.
No, I like it. It's just literally the antithesis of me, basically. It's just if it's not just stone face, just like that, looking kind of slightly to the left for some
I
reason.
think that's why they make it drum playthroughs. That, like I said, every time I've seen videos live, he's been a center point for me. Like they have a female singer, they have a female violinist, and two female-looking guitarists that shred like crazy, and then this guy's just going nuts.
yeah. It's like Monster. It's like watching Animal from
Animal from Muppets. Yeah,
Muppet Show. I get
just
Sesame
a-
Street and the Muppet Show confused sometimes.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Same thing.
What?
Seb-
He's from
Muppets.
Sesame.
Sesame Street is
And
not
Yeah,
the
Muppets
he's
are
same
not
thing.
the same thing.
Or not yeah, he's
They're
no,
Muppets.
Not
but-
Sesame Street.
Wait.
That's Big Bird. Never mind.
Animals, the drummer, in
Yeah,
the Muppet
I got
Show.
it mixed up. I was like, wait, who the hell's in Sesame Street? Oh yeah, Elmo and all them.
Oscar the Grouch and the trash can guy.
So Nico, when you played, so you, of course, you saying you kind of stone faced when you played drums. So my question to you is when we did the really awesome music video for whatever the hell song that was that we did.
Go on.
I'm lost. Sorry. Off camera bullshit. Anyways,
All right. Daniel, what do you think about that?
What?
Nothing. Go ahead,
The-
Billy.
so
Daniel, go
when
ahead.
we did the
Yeah,
video,
so anyway,
you kind of looked like you were into it and kind of putting some of that in there. Was that because we were doing the video, or you just happened to play it like that time that we did it?
Well, I'm not playing, I'm playing stuff that I wrote. I'm playing stuff that I'm enthusiastic and really excited to play and put out there. It helps when we have a bunch of friends there watching and, filming something. There's an atmosphere, there's an excitement.
Okay.
When I'm playing fucking Sweet Home Alabama, sorry, I don't have the same, like that. That's when it becomes like work. Like, it's like, okay, not only do I have to play the song accurately that I don't even necessarily love or enjoy playing, but now I have to look enthusiastic. That's why I admire like the drummers that can do that when they're working,
Right,
and not just
right.
playing their own stuff. Maybe I don't know. That's why I do that though. It's really hard to keep that energy with certain songs and the amount of songs we play and stuff like that.
Sure.
You should try it sometime, dude. Play a song you really don't love playing, and then try to look like you're having a good time. Because it's
So
fucking
I
hard.
I despise when guitar players do that.
Like fake it.
Yeah, because you
Like
could tell.
fake it.
You could tell. So
Can
when
you?
a guitar player,
you mean like when they're playing or mimicking playing? Is
like,
what
so
you're saying?
no, when a guitar player is like playing and they're over the top smiling, like I
Yeah.
You're
Watch
talking about
this
that
one
band,
guy-
Echo,
constantly echo.
whatever. You went to their show, and then I watched the first music video, and it was just them smiling.
Oh no,
Yeah.
see that didn't bother me. I mean, I was in the back of the crowd. Arch Echo, Artemis,
Echo, that's
Arch
it.
Echo.
Arch
Echo.
enemy.
Echo
So Arch
enemy.
Enemy.
Yeah.
So it's the guys that are just like playing, and so they're just grooving along and just like this, and then they hit a note and they go, "Oh yeah, oh yeah."
Oh, like the Mark Tremonti
fuck,
faces.
Yeah, that was
All right,
you know,
whoa,
I
Jesus.
fucking hate it. I absolutely
Whoa.
hate it. It's the most annoying thing, and I think it's just a ploy to be like, I'm good, so check this out. This is how good I am. I can smile like a fucking idiot. Oh, dude, I don't know. Just my
the
pet
thing I
peeve. I don't
notice
like
is
it.
that I catch myself doing it when I'm playing certain things. Is that I don't know what I'm doing with my face sometimes, and then I'm doing like a funny looking face, duck face, or something. And I could just imagine some people
That's-
just have that because Rich did it all the time
That's
too.
no, absolutely. So that's normal for a guitar player to do it. You know, I watch a lot of guitar players where they have this weird chin nibbling thing going on, or they kind of tense up with their mouth and just do this weird thing. That I could tell is real. And those are people that are really, really into their shit. They're really focusing on what they're doing, and that's their like almost tick to focus. But the over the
Yeah.
top, just like, I just.
Orgasm
I can't
face.
stand it. I can't stand it. They're just like, oh yeah.
Speaking of that, I
Oh,
showed
yeah.
Nico Ahigeo
Yeah.
faces.
The what?
Yeah.
The Ahigeo faces.
Aki
That girl,
Gay?
pink haired girl I showed
Oh,
you.
yeah, I don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Imagine that face on a guitarist's face as you're playing guitars. What Billy's kind of like.
Oh my
Yeah, but
God,
how do
I
you
hate
know
it.
how do you know if it's genuine or not, or does it even fucking make a difference?
I feel like I could just tell. I mean, if it's the same face,
I don't know, because I mean, you watch
Multiple
Mark
times,
Tremonti,
you know?
it looks awful. It's like he's like orgasming in pain, and it's like I
Realistically,
think that's just
correct.
him, just kind of like, I just his face is just doing whatever the hell he wants, and he's just kind of like trying to focus on playing and stuff.
Let me give
He-
you
'cause he
a
looks hilarious.
perfect example. So we've always gave you shit or made fun of you or whatever for making it look like you're about to cry when you're playing. That's a normal face that you basically have no control over, because that's a face that is you concentrating. You're playing drums. Guitar players
but I'm not
do
faking
similar
that.
faces. Right. No, I know that 100%. again, it's uncontrollable because it's something that is naturally coming out of you as you're focusing. Guitar players have the same ugly ass faces sometimes. The ones that aren't ugly and just over the top, those are the ones that they're faking, and it's
you're just
annoying
jealous
as
of
shit.
beautiful people, Billy.
Maybe.
Yeah, dude. Why don't you smile all the time? Trim son of a bitch.
Smile with your mouth wider. Or mouth open, that's what
Oh,
it is.
man. For audio listeners, don't look at the video.
Yeah, don't watch that.
Yeah,
All
fake
right,
smile.
so-
gay
Whatever.
shit.
I got some cool new stuff to talk about. Couple things. Couple new music pieces. As I Lay Dying dropped a B-side single from what was going to be on the new album, but they never released. That's why it's called a B-side. So I've been watching lately. The vocalist of August Burns Red has been doing like album or song reviews, basically. Not necessarily album, but song reviews of guys that are dropping new stuff. And just kind of help promote his friends during his time to go check out their stuff. And I came across him doing one for As I Lay Dying. So they dropped a single, like I said, that was supposed to release on the new album. And it's awesome. I don't know if it's on YouTube or anything. So what they're doing is it is certainly on their Bandcamp. And they have put it up there. So the way Bandcamp typically works, it's basically free, but typically the minimum you'll ever pay for anything is $1. And what they're doing with anything that they do is put it through as a donation to help their crew that's not able to work right now during these times, as well as they're donating to like a San Diego, because I guess they're from that area, a San Diego like homeless relief. So really, really awesome song that I feel like, to me at least sound wise, it sounded like the newest album. But I guess, you know, theme wise, it didn't.
Focus. Focus.
Theme wise, it didn't.
I'll put that in I'll put the graphic in there. Go ahead.
Theme wise, it didn't. It did. I guess it didn't really fit with the album, but it's a really, really awesome song. And I highly, highly recommend going to check it out. Donate, help out anybody you can. If you've got the funds to donate, and during these times, feel free to. Another band that came out with a new album, and I actually like, I think it's the video that helps, but I really like their new song, is August Burns Red. They came out with a new video that's got like bones. It's like a bone video kind of thing. So it looks like they're like at an X-ray type machine, but it looks better than kind of what you would expect when you hear that. Are you guys paying attention at all?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Burns
yeah,
Red.
what are you talking about?
Can we? Yeah, cool. So,
Yeah.
anyways, two cool new songs. Go check them out. And I believe August Burns Red actually has a full new album out that's pretty cool.
They did a really good
so, yeah.
job on a Zelda cover they did, and in the music video
Dude, that was
hilarious
tight.
for that.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. The new video is tight. It's very, very well done.
I can get down
I really
with some
enjoyed
old
it.
school, not even old school, they're not that old school, but I can get down with some hardcore, you know, from early 2000s. I had a lot of friends into it, so I
So,
had to listen to it a lot.
Unpopular opinion, I never got into them. Nico and everybody has gotten really mad that I don't like them.
Whoa,
and it's
that
not
is
that
weird,
I
though.
don't like them, it's that Consolation, so I guess everybody's pretty much favorite album out there. Every
Is that the one
song sounds
the-
exactly the same to me. So I get
I mean,
3 songs in, I'm
that's
like,
kill switch
this
for me.
is tight. And then after that third song, I'm like, cool, I've heard it the last 2.5 hours. But I just linked you guys August Burns Red new video, and it is pretty sick.
What's the over or under that the As I Lay Dying new album is gonna have skulls on it? We betting here? Taking bets?
It's already
the-
out.
the album's
or is there
already
another
out.
new out?
Okay. So did it
I
have skulls
own
on
it.
it?
Does it have
I don't
skulls?
Okay.
remember.
Well, I'm thinking it might have skulls on it. I feel like that's been a
That
trend.
was their thing, wasn't it?
It's pretty. I mean, they're edgy. Skulls are pretty edgy. You're in the
I
I mean,
80s.
they got dying in their name.
They
Yeah,
are
dude, they're
edgy,
so they're
dude.
so sick, and their lead singer went to jail. That was interesting.
They went to prison.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
hey, he
Big
paid
boy
for his
jail.
sins, all right?
God's
He
watching.
came back headbanging like a robot.
Daniel, I'm gonna need you to take that automaton thing, like put it up your ass right now. I can't.
Oh, okay.
I can't watch that.
Shaped by Fire, the latest album from As I Lay Dying, does not have any skulls in it.
Interesting.
No, you're lying.
Shaped
Focus.
by
Focus,
Fire
Oh,
album
God.
cover.
Focus.
Stop. It's like 2 inches from your face.
Yeah, it's not even. It's barely
God.
like there.
All right.
All right.
There's the new album cover. No skulls.
Let's see. See how many skulls I could find. Redirect notice. This is a weird
it's
album
weird.
cover.
Yeah. It looks like what was it? MC Escher kind of looks like a picture.
I just got an error message. I don't even see a fucking album cover, dude.
I clicked on the Wikipedia page you linked us to.
Oh, let's go speak. We were just talking about Japanese stuff. Do you guys know what taiko drumming is?
No.
I know Tyco, the security company,
Oh, that's weird.
or the toy company.
Taiko drumming's
I
like
think it's a toy company.
it's like an
And a
ancient
toy.
it's like an ancient form of drumming that originated in Japan. You usually can see them. They're usually wearing like old school garbs, and they have
Like white robes.
big old sticks, and they're like banging on these
Oh,
drums.
yes.
You know what
I
I'm
know
saying?
What you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really over the top. They used to do it for plays back in the day. That was basically their orchestra, and then
Yeah.
it just branched off and became its own thing. And then actually at NAM, whatever, they actually
NAMM.
announced a new drum that's based on taiko, and I thought it was definitely worth a watch. So if you want to click
Yeah,
that link
modern
real
age
fast.
Tyco.
Yeah, dude. So if you click it, you could see and read what's
Roland.
going on. Basically, because Roland's known for making like electronic drums and stuff.
Oh, that looks
Oh my
awesome, actually.
God.
Yeah, and they have come out with a Bluetooth wireless taiko drum. So instead of a wooden shell with some sort of
it's
head on it,
skeletonized.
it's legitimately an electronic taiko drum, which is pretty interesting.
So I guess it sends its audio source to speakers elsewhere.
That was the only thing that confused me. Is you definitely have to, because it's Bluetooth, you definitely have to have it connected to an external speaker. And I looked up and down, left and right on this page. I couldn't find any internal speakers on it.
No, the
which
only
was-
thing in the middle is like a brace
Dude,
bar.
there's nothing to it. It's the heads and then the things that are connecting
So,
them to look
it's-
like a taiko drum.
Right. So it's got a headphone slot in it as well.
Yes. Exactly.
So you can play it like that, or I think, yes, you would have to somehow send it somewhere to be.
Oh, there's a
heard.
control board on it somewhere, or in the
Yep.
center of it too.
Yeah.
Mhm. Now
Oh,
imagine.
yeah. Bluetooth setup, Bluetooth MIDI device ID.
Imagine trying to practice your taiko drums like we all do. And you have to use like the old school fucking drum that's loud as hell and doesn't have
I mean,
dampeners
yeah,
or anything.
I get, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It makes so much sense, really. And
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, when everyone's moving, like the newest thing for our generation is moving into smaller places in a condensed city area. You know,
Yeah,
on
for sure.
average.
Yeah, that's
so
that thing looks pretty awesome though. I like it.
So Daniel,
Yeah,
how
it's a
long
really
have you
cool
been
concept.
doing taiko drumming?
oh, since I was a little boy,
A wee
like
little
every
boy.
standard Japanese boy should. I'm not Japanese.
Really? Because that flag says something different.
What flag?
What are you talking about?
What
The
flag are you
tapestry.
talking about?
It's-
Tapestry.
The
That's
tapestry.
my wall. What are you talking
That
about?
dude, that's the mountainside. What are you talking about?
Oh shit!
That's my window.
You
brother.
are
where he
super
is.
remote, dude.
You live in some sort of
I'm
other
on
dimension.
I
location.
isolated
That's,
myself on the
you,
side of a
you live
mountain.
in some sort of other dimension that's like a cartoon. It's very strange. And that's
Nah,
flat.
That's
I got the birds to freeze in place.
that's pretty cool there. Anything else you have to say about that one?
No.
But
I would say, yeah, like drumming and stuff like that. Electronic drumming has probably been a godsend for so many people in tight little areas that noise is an issue for bleeding, to their neighbors and whatnot. The only people I could think of would like probably woodwind. Like, how accurate can you have a woodwind electronic thing play? Like those guys.
See,
their
I don't
instruments are
think there's
loud.
anything accurate about it, but I do believe there
I've
are
seen some.
devices out there that maybe they won't be accurate or the best sounding thing, but to be able to practice, I do believe there's electronic devices out there that you could practice something like that on.
Yeah, I think if anything, it'd help you with your fingering and stuff like that. But with
Fingering.
your mouth, it wouldn't. Yeah,
Oh,
but you wouldn't-
yeah.
but
He
you wouldn't
does
have any
own an
accurate
automaton.
representation with your mouth.
Do what?
Huh?
What'd you say?
What?
What? Nothing. Automaton.
Huh?
You have one fingering your
Huh.
butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you
Go ahead.
fingered the automaton. Tight. So I
It's got
want
a
to
mouth like a coin
I want to
purse.
say a couple things real quick. It's a heads up for anybody that was interested. Summer NAMM has been canceled. So next NAMM will
Go
be
figure.
2021 in the winter. So obviously throughout all this,
I mean, no point in getting my electric Tyco since the Japanese Olympics is also postponed.
true.
That's why I didn't get mine. Yeah.
Rocklahoma Fest has also been canceled, so that will not
The
be
what?
until 2021. So it's actually a pretty big show called Rocklahoma. Let me see if I can find it. Rocklahoma.
Yeah. Okay.
2020 has been canceled. 2021 edition being planned. So, for example, 2020 would have had bands like our favorite Five Finger Death Punch, Slipknot,
yeah.
Stained.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
All right, so
Disturbed.
now I'm kind of mad. I just looked at this. Stained, when you get the big fest shows, your big bands that they've got are at the top
You're right.
as the
huge.
headliners, right? Stained is one of the top 3 there.
Woo.
That's not Stained, but
Oh.
and then all of our favorites
Same thing.
like Papa Roach, Hellstorm, Anthrax, I Prevail, Alter Bridge, The Pretty Reckless, whole ton of bands here. But it is a huge, huge fest that happens like another kind of Coachella thing. But in Oklahoma, it's called Rocklahoma. They do it every year. So that has been canceled.
That show sucks, dude. Good. Fuck them.
One cool thing I did see out of this whole ridiculous bullshit that we have to deal with. Excuse me. Ernie Ball
Focus, man.
has switched their factory in Coachella, California to start making face masks for
Nice.
the relief effort, which I thought was really cool. I believe they said they could produce up to, what's my article would load here? I think it was like 400 and something masks per day that they're able to produce so they can get it out there to the people in need of the face mask. So I thought that was really cool. It has been pretty awesome seeing companies kind of step up and turn their factories of all these materials that they have and be able to get something kind of made out there. So
Yeah, we're getting distilleries making antibacterial
Yep.
cleaning products and stuff.
Is it drinkable?
no.
Oh,
Well, actually, it might be. I mean, it's just alcohol.
Well, yeah, I
don't
guess
know,
it's a
might
raw
have to find
material
out.
of it. I'd
Um,
say you drinkable and you'd get really messed up.
yeah, dude.
So
Like Coke. No. I'm trying to make a joke. Damn it, I lost it, Billy. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Try again.
No.
I'll
it's-
restart.
the
So
moment
Ernie
has
Ball's
passed.
making
The
these
moment has
face
passed.
masks. They can do about 4
Bagels
something a
blinded.
day. Yeah, cool. So
What about that? I'd be interested if they had like peanut butter flavored IPA Germex. Because
Hey, I never heard
the
that
distillery,
one.
the
That's my response.
please do not put these in the video.
I gotta put something in there.
Okay, so anyways,
I'll substitute them with smiley faces.
just
There
a
you
couple
go.
of the new, just a couple of the news things that I just kind of put out this week. Did we want to get into the speaking of that photo? Did we want to get into the Pantera album review?
Oh yeah. Guess we
Let
can
me
get
get
around to that.
Pantera album review. That's where the graphic would go. Okay. Clap. All right, there we are.
All
What?
right, cool. So who wants to start? It was Daniel,
One of
so he won't start. So I'll start.
Oh boy.
Boy, I went through this album and I mean, no,
Sorry. Go ahead.
I want to shit on it so bad. I'm not going to. So actually, I guess Daniel doesn't know that I do listen to everything but 90s grunge, or everything and 90s grunge rather. I just don't
okay.
listen to 90s grunge or Periphery. So I listen to everything. I enjoy a lot of stuff. So I actually did enjoy kind of revisiting this album. The big songs out there obviously are some of the favorites, like Mouth for War, Walk. This Love is probably my favorite song off the album. One of my favorite. One of the things I noticed that I didn't realize, Pantera has a really good, clean guitar tone. And then one of the things I've never liked about Pantera is I've never been a personal fan of Dimebag's tone. It is so over the
pretty
top,
harsh.
gained out, compressed, whatever is the hell is going on. There are a lot of people out there that like that tone, and it's kind of weird because I'm a high higher gain person myself. I typically run pretty high gain
that is-
tones throughout my
That
stuff.
is pure high gain on a solid state amp.
Correct. So never been a fan of that, but their clean tones, like in the beginning of this love, I was really, really like, I forgot how good that sounded. And they have a lot of stuff that they start out, like Cemetery Gates, not on this album, but when they start out with those clean tones, it sounds pretty cool. And then getting into that high gain tone is like cool at first. And then after a while, it's just so gained
It's a
out
little-
to me. It's a
yeah.
little out there. Drumming
Yeah, I
wise,
definitely won't deny it.
drumming wise, I don't think Vinnie Paul is all that great. I think he's solid, but I don't think he's great either.
No,
Maybe Nico
same
has a
with
different
Alex
opinion
Van
on
Halen.
that.
He's the voice of my generation, but go on.
Oh, cool. But yeah, overall, I mean, I dug the album. I did get a little busy this week, so I did not listen to the last 2 tracks there. But some other tracks that I hadn't heard, like Rise, was pretty cool, I thought. I think most of what I listened to, I know I've listened to this album before, but I don't think I've really like sat down and listened through, let's listen to a Pantera album. So overall, pretty happy with it. I think the lyrics, a little weird. The vocalist, Phil, is a little weird, but to me, that's Pantera sound, something I've known, so I can't really say like he sucks because the band as a whole is pretty good, but overall,
He
it
influenced
was
so many
pretty
great
cool.
singers, Billy. What are you talking about? He's
Oh yeah, he influenced a ton of singers. He didn't influence shit, but okay.
Yeah, you don't know.
Who did he influence? Tell me.
Alexi Lio. I gotta pull up a list.
And he's who?
He's Alexi Lio from Children Bodom.
Children of Bodom.
Children Bodom.
There's
One
nothing
of my
there,
favorite
but a
vocalists.
very deep voice, cigarette smoking yell.
Yeah. Well, I guess so. Would you, so does it hold up? Did you enjoy it?
It does hold up. I did enjoy it.
So what's your gripe?
I don't have too many gripes. That's what I said.
Oh,
I don't like.
okay.
I think it's a little overgained, which everybody knows that. That's just Dimebag sound. Him himself, he's an incredible guitarist, but it's that sound is not my flavor. But it's still a good album. It comes on, I would certainly enjoy listening to it. I don't have a
Fair
problem
enough. So
with picking it
worth
up.
a listen. You're saying
Absolutely.
To other people who
Worth a
haven't
listen.
listened to it in a while. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Well, what I think, fuck all this shit. It's okay. So basically, I'm gonna go through all the songs I listened to in the order I listened to. The Mouth of War, the drum. I was so impressed with the drum mix of this. Everything is super balanced and very powerful. The bass drum is a little slappy, which it shines through everything, sure, but for some reason I don't love that slap that you get if you listen to it. Just listen, listen to any song, and you'll know what I'm
if I
talking
remember
about.
correctly, Vinny always had his heads really detuned, so everything kind of had that slapping, smacking effect. And then he used really extended toms and stuff like that, so then they would just send a huge ring through it, or ring note, out through it, and then the tight, back at resonant head
Right.
was the back
Yep.
one. Yeah, he would have like a tight resonant head.
Yeah, that makes sense. And but this song in particular, it was some semi-technical considering it's 1992. Was that correct?
Yeah, 1992.
Yes.
Fuck, dude. It sounds really good. At least from this end. I'm not any sort of audio engineer, but just overall, you listen to other albums that came out in 92, I think this is pretty top tier in my opinion. And one thing I noticed with this band is like they have like aspects of techiness, being somewhat technical, especially for the time period, even though it's technically Southern metal as well. But I feel like it's almost as technical as you can get, almost like the level of Disturbed, while still holding on to like casual listeners. Like you can only go so deep with your technical prowess and still be like really popular and really mainstream. As big as Pantera was. There's still Pantera fans. Yeah, there's still Pantera fans.
Oh, yeah, then there's talks about them,
Hardcore Pantera fans.
There's,
out there.
there's talks of them reuniting with what's left and have a tour.
Got to get that money, dude. They're getting up there in age.
Gotta
That's
beat
for
that.
sure.
Got to beat that dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
One
want to
last
go
whip.
through. I don't want to go through every song here, but there's just I want to go through a couple good things, I guess, before I go through gripes. Walk, that song is so fucking heavy, and I forgot how heavy that song was. Like you listen to I think the chorus is shit. I hate it. I hate that, and I hate the vocals. But the pre-chorus is just heavy as fuck. But it does go on a long time. I swear I heard that chorus like 8 times in that song.
Talk about the that part.
What?
You said mouth or war, right?
No, walk.
Oh, walk.
Sorry. Yeah.
I
And what do you? And I wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys think of Dimebag Darrell? Billy, you've made it clear. Not a fan.
No, I'm a fan of him. I'm not a fan of his tone.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of Dimebag, and I wouldn't say huge. I'm not like some people are, but I highly respect what he's done for metal in general. That was somebody. Phil Anselmo is not somebody that influenced somebody. I'm sorry. Dimebag, on the other hand, it has influenced some of pretty much every guitar player that I've probably listened to. That would be a person they will name as an influencer of them.
Pretty much any metal band you look at, their repertoire will mention Pantera in there.
Anybody from 95 on, it says if they started at that age, I guarantee you Dimebag is one of their, as long as they play metal, at some form of metal, Dimebag was their influencer, one of their influencers to get into what they do now.
Okay. And moving on, this Love, that song, really good. The syncopation of the last bar of the chorus with the displacement of the snare is really dope. I wish I could explain that better, but it's basically just the drummer not settling for just having the snare on the 3. He actually mixes it up a little bit and kind of makes you guess what's going on towards the end of the bar, which I just appreciate the effort, even though it's not the craziest thing you can hear, especially for a band this popular. Hearing that's pretty, it's just a breath of fresh air, really. But yeah, overall, it was good. The album peaks right around the middle, and then it just gets, the last 3-4 songs were so hard for me to get through. I was done after No Good. That song No Good. I was just over it. I was pretty done. But
that's
yeah,
about where I was.
Yeah,
I feel the same way.
For a grandpa band, and to end the grandpa round robin album review, as we have been, went through Metallica, now Pantera, and then Alice in Chains. Chains. I think it was a good one to kind of finish with, and I'd listen to this again. Would I listen to it another time? No, but I think it holds up. Considering, dude, it was almost 30 fucking years ago. It sounds good. Why the fuck?
Daniel, let's hear you blow the guys real quick.
What's the drummer's name? Vinnie Paul?
Vinnie Paul.
Why the fuck? He did this one. This is the last thing. He did this one thing where the guitars were wide open on some tough ass riffs, and then he's using a closed 8th note hi-hat, and it's the most underwhelming thing you can do on drums, dude. It sucks. It sucks.
That's one of the things that does bother me about him.
Fuck,
I think
you fucking antiquated bitch.
I think he could do much better. I think overall, I do agree with you though. That production-wise, it's, if you could get past the gained out guitars, they've always been pretty good with that. But
oh yeah,
and his drums do sound really, really good. It's just there's not much going on with the drums in most of the case.
He's got a couple things,
for sure.
I think he plays his role well, because you couldn't be in that band and go super over the top in the rhythm section. You know, you just couldn't.
That's true.
Yeah. So Daniel, what do you think?
For me, they were the bastard sons of the Van Halen era of music, and that was for me. Like, Van Halen was awesome. I loved it. Guitar tone's amazing. Riffs are awesome. And then Pantera comes out. It's a brother dynamic, just like Van Halen, drummer brother, guitarist brother, lead guitarist, only guitarist brother. And yeah, listening to it, introducing the southern melodies that I'm not familiar with back then. You know, I was listening meshed into metal. I was like, this is awesome. And it fucking shreds, and bassist dynamic with the guitarist, still one of my favorite things, hearing when it can be balanced well, like Van Halen always was, where guitar's on the left, bass is on the right. They blend so well somehow. Where some songs will have backing track of guitars to flesh it out, and because it kind of needed it, but live they would still pull it off somehow with one guitar stage left, bass is stage right, and then it blends somehow. That was just something I always really appreciated of the dynamics of just a 3-piece musical ensemble to flesh out a tonal great sound, you know. And yeah, just all throughout high school, that he was a huge influence on me. I had a guitar all like dime-bagged out and everything. I had he did this thing where on his neck pickups he would tape off the edges of the pickup cavity off the pickups so that notes or frequencies wouldn't reach down into there and become a little bit higher pitched, so it became a more mellow, lower noted tone on his neck pickups. I liked doing that for a while, just like he did, learning songs he was playing and all. And then when he passed away, that was like horrible for me. I remember that day specifically because I had to walk to band practice back in like DSI days, and got the news, and I was just like, oh, it was like on MTV or something like that. I forgot the host at the time, announcing his death and everything. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And then like I started walking, and it was like real cloudy out and everything. As I'm walking like halfway to Travis's house, it just pours on me, and I'm like,
God,
fuck.
what a day.
Yeah.
Dude, I just went to another dimension because you just reminded me of a story, because you said you basically imitated what he did with his guitars.
Yeah. Like, I got a Jackson Warrior shape, like the really big fucking axe he has and all that.
Right. So,
yeah.
So I had, because you imitate the people that you look up to and you listen to when you're first learning how to do music. I had a moment, and it was so cringy. You just reminded me, doing a flashback. I bought a Lars Ulrich, drummer Metallica. I bought his some standard notation book, just like the breakdowns of like certain songs and like his hit grooves. And I brought it to school, and I was really excited. And of course, it's Lars Ulrich on the front. It's like a photo shoot, and he's like, there's like a snare drum, couple drumsticks. He's got like Band-Aids or something around his fingers. Maybe it was for grip. I don't know. And I remember this one other dude played drums, and he rode the bus with me. I think I was like 10 or 11. And I never talked to him because I was really awkward and strange as a kid, kind of how I am now. But maybe it was a little worse back then. Maybe it's worse now. I'm not sure. But he was the cool kid on the bus who played drums, and he's very soft-spoken and cool. And he looks over. He's like, he sees the book. I'm like, read him. Like, yeah, right. We play drums. We're cool. We're both the same, right? He's like, why is he wearing Band-Aids on his fingers? Does he think he's cool? I'm like, yeah, man. Fuck.
I don't know.
Never spoke to him again. Never spoke to me again. And that was that. That was our relationship. It was upsetting.
Shit.
Yeah. But yeah, good album review. So on the whole, listen to it. Yeah, we're telling you to listen to Pantera. Aren't we groundbreaking motherfuckers?
Absolutely.
If you want to be into metal, that's like a
modern metal
point.
Overall. Pantera definitely helped with that.
Entry level.
I agree
I
with
would
that.
say.
Yep.
Yeah. So next
Entry
week,
level.
it's my turn. Next week, we're gonna kind of move
you got?
forward in time a little bit to 2009. We're gonna do Within the Ruins. That's the band. The album is Creature. It was the first album I listened to of theirs, and this is I think my first time going into more not experimental, but like more progressive-ish. Like they really mix up their tones. I don't want to get too far into it this week, but I think it's a good, after listening to our first 3 bands, I think this, you can maybe ease into this a little bit, and it's not too harsh on the ears. I could be completely wrong, but I think it's a second tier of like entry level metal kind of stuff. But I like, have you guys ever listened to that?
One more
I've heard
time,
of
I
them.
completely missed it.
Okay.
Within the Ruins, Creature.
Sorry. Creature's the
Within
album.
the Ruins. Okay.
Creature
Yeah, my
is
bad.
an album. I've heard of Within the Ruins, but I don't think I've ever listened to them. If I have, I didn't know.
Okay,
So
awesome.
this will be
That's
fun
perfect.
to listen to something completely brand new to me.
So this is the first time we've done an album review and you haven't listened to the album, so
Yep.
no predisposition whatsoever. Okay, cool.
Nope. Can't tell you if it
Daniel?
sucks or not.
I gotta see the album art. I just can't off the top of my head.
Yeah, I've been listening to them for a while, and I guess I'm a little biased. Yeah, of course I'm biased. I'm suggesting it.
Okay. I remember the.
What was that?
I don't.
What?
Oh,
Did
I
I
was
do
fixing my
that?
bracelet.
he did that.
Oh, he
Oh,
did
he
that.
did that.
Okay. I was like, when did I do this?
No, Daniel
remember-
did it. He went, oh.
No, I was sitting here shaking my bracelet.
Oh,
Freudian
sure.
slip.
Yeah, I remember their Elite album. That's what I listened to.
Oh, I think that was the one. maybe 2 after this one. So this was their earlier, obviously, album to when you actually listen to them. And it's I don't want to get into it, but check it out. Creature by Within the Ruins. We'll talk about it next week. I'm excited.
Cool.
Ouch.
I got one more fun thing, just kind of leave the show off with. And I still have a lot of stuff for next week I'm excited about. But whenever you get a chance out there, anybody that's listening or you guys as well, I recommend looking up Adam Sandler playing guitar for a couple of the late night shows. Jimmy Fallon was one of them. So he was doing like this kind of like Stairway to Heaven kind of thing.
Is it a bit?
No, like it's real. So he was on Conan at home and the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Adam Sandler could play the guitar, and it's kind of tight.
Yeah.
So I wanted to basically say that Adam Sandler's better than us. No, it was really cool. And they,
Did he pop off?
Yeah, I mean, played some Stairway to Heaven. He played what was the solo that he played? Yeah, he played the solo from Stairway to Heaven. I was like, oh shit, like he can actually play guitar. So everybody's doing remote interviews, so a couple people have had him on the show, and he has basically picked up the guitar while they're talking to him and just start playing, and it's kind of tight. So I recommend checking that out. Just search it. I can link you guys to the article too, but really cool. So he basically nailed the solo to Stairway to Heaven, and then people are like, oh, like you could actually play. Like it's kind of tight. So something cool there. Yeah. Wanted to leave you guys off with that. That's
Tight.
my last bit for the day.
Yeah, buddy. Dan, you got anything else?
No. Did you get some, or have some, Nico?
I just wanted to end the show with this, is that thank you to anybody who's been listening. Thank you to anybody who continues listening. We're doing it remotely. This is our 7th episode?
Episode 7.
Right? We haven't.
Episode 7.
We're brand new to this still. We're still growing. We put in a lot of time and a lot of a lot of pre-show meetings. We do a ton of posts. We do everything ourselves together. We try to make it a joint effort. And it sucks that when we first started this, that the quarantine happened and now we can't even be in a room together. It is very difficult when you're still new to talking on the microphone to doing this shit remotely.
Get our gears going, and then it's like, oh, change the way you did everything.
People who have been broadcasting for like a decade plus in the same room are doing it remotely, and they struggle. Of course, they're much better than us. We're just brand new
it's
tier
probably
1
not
garbage.
them struggling. It's a team of people that they hire that
Yes.
have to go do it all for them.
And we're trying our best to make it as listenable and as entertaining as possible. We just appreciate the patience. At least I do.
Appreciate you.
Daniel, you need to stop. I'm going to lose it. You got to stop. What is that? Are you burping talking?
I think he's inhaling. I think
Oh my God, stop. All right. That's all I had to say. Thanks a lot. I'll fuck myself. Oh my God.
I don't think Nico could have said it any better, so I'm going to sign off. I'm Chief Redbeard.
Nico.
All right, guys. Thank you again for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Bye. 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 Bye.